Visitor on the scoreboard. Leading off the shortstop, number 44, Easton Boudre. Batting second, the center fielder, number 13, Miles Jones. Batting third, the right fielder, number 18, Caden Mueller. Batting fourth, the third baseman, number 11, Carter McCoy. Batting fifth, the first baseman, number 2, Declan Tran. Batting sixth, the pitcher, number 88, Jamison Lee. Batting seventh, the left fielder, number 12, Levi Hall. Batting eighth, the second baseman, number 19, Anders Munoz. Batting ninth, the catcher, number 17, Alex Schmidt. The rest of the team players, coaches, and other personnel. For Palace City, leading off, the shortstop, number 24, Preston Mason. Batting second, the catcher, number 22, Lee London. Batting third, the center fielder, number 16, Kenny Padilla. Batting fourth, the right fielder, number 14, Micah Bennett. Batting fifth, the second baseman, number 17, Jason Pitts. Batting sixth, the pitcher, number 12, Isaac Fisher. Batting seventh, the third baseman, number 20, Carter Bushbach. Batting eighth, the first baseman, number 4, Gavin Ott. Batting ninth, the left fielder, number 13, Owen Johnson. The rest of the Palace City players, coaches, and other personnel. This time, we ask you to please rise and join in the singing of our national anthem. Remind you of the proper etiquette, face the flag, remove all head cover, stand at attention, and place your right hand over your heart. Veterans and out of uniform military personnel may salute the flag. Leading us in the national anthem today, please give a big welcome to Helen J. Paxson.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming. And the rockets regular, the bombs bursting in, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
Well done. Good luck to both teams. Let's play ball.
And we welcome you here to Hyde Stadium for our first of 3 games today to wrap up the 14U state tournament. As we pull up the bracket once again, you saw those and heard those starting lineups for both teams. It is going to be Mitchell and Palace City here. Excuse me, Mitchell is Palace City taking on T, the 4-5 matchup. The winner will face Harrisburg, the 1 seed, coming up here at Hyde Stadium at 1 o'clock. Right now underway, Rapid City Post 22 and Post 320. They started at 9:30. Staggered start times, so then one, you can get the semifinal going, and if there is, they as long as they don't end at the same, won't end at the same time. So then the winner of that semifinal game at Kelly Field can get up here and get ready to go for the state championship game, while the winner of the semifinal here won't have to worry about moving fields and packing everything up. They can just stay where they're at. It is an 8-0 lead for Rapid City Post 22 over Post 320. That is in the top of the fourth of that game. And again, the winner will take on Pierre in the 2 versus 3 or 6 matchup in that semifinal down at Kelly Field, which is scheduled for a 12 o'clock first pitch. We're ready to go here with the 10:30 first pitch. As you heard those starting lineups, and we got the center field camera back up and looking like a beautiful day and another hot day for baseball, but a beautiful day for some baseball. As it is, Isaac Fisher on the mound for Mitchell, as he will be pitching. And for Mitchell, they have a couple guys that are unavailable today, as outs-wise, both Keneal Padilla and Preston Mason are unavailable, but Fisher has not thrown yet. Hawk and Pitts have both thrown a combined 21 outs, but 12 for Hawk and 9 for Pitts. And now Easton Foudre will step to the plate to get us started here in our first game of 3 here at Hyde Stadium to wrap up the 14U state tournament. That first pitch will miss for ball 1 at 10:28. And nearing almost 90 degrees here before we even hit 10:30 this morning. 86 for the game time temperature. That one's over for a strike, and the count's 1-1 here to Easton Foudre, the shortstop. Both Mitchell and T went 2-1. Here's the 1-1. That'll miss inside. T won their first game 18-15 over Yankton, then lost 14-4 to Pierre, before coming back last night and winning 19-4 over Brookings to be the 5 seed. As here's a ground ball to the left side, fielded by the shortstop Mason. His throw to first is in time, and the leadoff man is gone. Here to open up the ball game. And it brings up now Miles Jellin. So overall for T, they end up giving up 33 runs, where Mitchell, they lost the first game on Friday. They lost in what was a 11-0 loss to Harrisburg. First pitch misses for ball 1. But then they came back and won the next 2 games, winning 10-6 over Rapid City Post 320. Then also getting the win 7-1 over Watertown, as that will hit Miles Jellin. And the first base runner here with 1 out in the top of the first. So because of that, they only gave up 18 runs. They find themselves being the number 4 seed, which is the best of the 2-1 teams, which end up actually only being Mitchell and T, with both or all 3 of Pierre, Harrisburg, and Rapid City Post 22 all going 3-0. There's a stolen base. Pitch was called a strike. It was off the glove of the catcher in Schlimgen, and a stolen base for Jellin, as Caden Mueller, the right fielder, here at the plate for T. Early our RBI opportunity here at the top of the first. 1-1 the count here to Mueller. Rapid City Post 320, they went 1-2. They were the only 1-2 team to advance, and because they had a game where they won 3-1. Here's a ground ball up the middle. That will get through for a base hit. Runner will round third. He will come in to score. It's a 1-0 lead for T. RBI single for Caden Mueller. And the visitors will open up the scoring. And it brings up Carter McCoy. Expect it when T's playing, it's going to be a high-scoring game. They've scored a total of 41 runs coming into bracket play, after winning 18-15 and won 19-4 in that other game, and being held to just 4 runs against Pierre. First pitch, that one's off the hands and fouled away. Carter McCoy, the third baseman. Get you a look at the Mitchell defense here in just a moment. 1 on and 1 out here in the top of the first. The 0-1 pitch. That one will miss outside. The count's 1-1. Harrisburg probably the only team, and maybe Rapid City Post 320, they knew too. They were able to probably get to bed a little bit earlier than everybody else, knowing that when they were going to play their games, or at least Harrisburg knew that they were going to be playing in the second game. This will be popped foul that will land out of play. And the count's now 1-2. Here in Yankton, which closed out pool play and ended up getting over just a little after 2 o'clock this morning. 1-2 pitch. That'll come inside, nearly hitting McCoy. And the count goes to now 2 balls and 2 strikes. The 2-2. That'll bounce in. The count's 3-2. That's big for Pierre to win that game, too, because they could have been that number 3 seed had they lost and or given up 11 runs. And they would have had to turn around and play that first game at 9:30, 7 hours after they had finished their one game. 3-2 pitches outside for ball 4, and it's a 1-out walk. And after the leadoff man was retired, it's been a hit by pitch, RBI single, and a walk to bring up now Declan Schramm. No time limit here in bracket play. We really never, we exceed the time limit only in the last innings here at Hyatt Stadium. There was T that did play against Yankton that reached the time limit, that 18-15 game. That actually saved an inning of pitching for T. 0-1 pitch is outside, and the count's 1-1. First and second and 1 out here in the top of the first. Here's the 1-1 pitch. That one will catch the inside corner, making a 1-2 count. And Isaac Fisher looking for a strikeout. The 1-2. There's a ground ball that'll be up the middle, fielded by Mason, flipped to second for 1, and they will get the out. And making sure that he made the catch was Pitts at second. And so there's now 2 down with the runners at first and third. As you look at that Palace City defense. Jamison Lee to the plate. The runners at the corners and 2 away here at the top of the first. First pitch will miss low for ball 1. Lee can help himself out before he gets to the mound by adding on to this 1-0 lead for T. The 1-0 pitch is at the knees for a strike. The 1-1. That's popped foul. That will get out of play. And the count's now 1-2. And a strike away here is Fisher to limit the damage in this top of the first inning. The 1-2. That'll miss low. 2-2 the count. To the number 6 hitter, Jamison Lee. That is lined to center field. Padilla is back there to make the catch. And it will end the inning here at the top of the first. A run does score on the RBI single from Caden Mueller. The only hit in the inning, no errors, and 2 men left on base. We head to the bottom of the first. It is 1-0 for T over Mitchell.
Shortstop, number 24, Preston Mason.
Preston Mason will get things started here in the bottom of the first. 1-0 lead for T over Mitchell. First pitch is over for strike one. And Alex Schmidt behind the plate, the lefty, catching for T. The 0-1 is outside, and the count's 1-1. Right-hander Jamison Lee. One of these two teams to win the state championship, or at least just to get to the state championship, they will have to play 3 games today, all in a row. The count's 2-1. The same can be said for Rapid City Post 22 and Rapid City Post 320. 2-1 pitch is upstairs, and the count's 3-1. The biggest advantage in that state championship, or even going in today, is Harrisburg and Pierre with the needing to win twice, but also just, again, not playing this first game. That one will miss for ball 4, and it will be a leadoff walk to Mason. And bring up Mead Schlimgen. That's kind of the couple of thoughts on, if T or Mitchell are to win this game, and then they would go and beat Harrisburg. While that would be your 3rd game, and that would really, and if Pierre would win to be in the championship, they would be playing their 2nd game today, and that would be a benefit for Pierre. But then, top of it, you're playing really good baseball for 2 straight games, and you can keep the momentum going. So, could even be very dangerous to play a team that's won twice, playing their 3rd game to try and win a state championship. The pros and cons of it. Here's the 0-2 now for Mead Schlimgen. Runner takes off. That is popped up to the right side. That will land foul, and the count remains at a ball on 2 strikes. I make that 0-2 here to Mead Schlimgen. Here's the 0-2 instead of pick over at first, and back in standing up safely is Mason. The 0-2. That one taken on the outside corner for strike 3. And the first strikeout for Jamison Lee, and there's one down here in the bottom of the first, and it brings up Keneal Padilla. So the center fielder will come to the plate. Again, he was coming in, hitting nearly 600 to this state tournament. Runner takes off, pitches upstairs. The throw 2 seconds is not going to be in time as Schmidt had a trouble getting the ball out of his glove. So a stolen base, and now a runner on at second. An opportunity here for Mitchell to tie things up here in the bottom of the first. This is popped up to right. Moving over is Mueller. He'll back up. He'll make the catch. Runner will tag to third. The throw going to third, but it is wide of the bag. And standing over at third now is going to be Mason. And there's 2 down here in the bottom of the first. And it brings up Micah Bennett. There's a look at your T defense. With 2 outs and a runner on at third. Mueller just made that play over and right. Jamison Lee working from the windup. First pitch is upstairs for ball 1. That one's over for a strike. That counts 1-1. Lee will step off and reset. One pitch that is softly lined into left field for a base hit and an RBI for Micah Bennett. We're tied at 1 here in the bottom of the first inning. Good piece of hitting there for Bennett. And Dayton Pitts now to the plate. Both teams with a hit to score a run in this first inning. Pickoff attempt and back in safely over at first. There's a couple hopper over to the second baseman. The throw to first is in time as Munoz will retire Pitts, and that will end the inning. 1 run on 1 hit, no errors, and a man left on base. We head to the top of the second. We are tied at 1 between T and Mitchell.
Levi Hall.
Levi Hall leading off in the top of the second. Seven, 8, 9 for T. Hall, Munoz, and Schmidt. Oh, 2 count here to Hall. The chopper left side, fielded by the pitcher. The throw to first is going to get over the head of the first baseman, roll towards the bullpen out in right field. To second goes Hall. Now he's going to go off for third. The throw will go to third. The tag is going to be off the glove, and it's going to roll over, and a little bit too tired for Levi Hall at third base. He will stop there. Give a hit and an error that will allow him to get to third. Would have been close play at first, and the throw been on the money. But Anders Munoz now a chance to give T the lead right back. Ball had gotten away from the third baseman Bushback, but from first to third, Hall had run out of steam. As it counts 2-0 here to Munoz. There's a swing and a miss. And the count's 2-1 here. Get the scoreboard fully reset for you. Nobody out, runner on at third, and a 2-1 count. Here's a ground ball back to the shortstop, Mason. The throw to first is in time. They will allow the run to score. An RBI ground out for Munoz and a 2-0 lead, or 2-1 lead, excuse me, for T. And it clears the bases now for Alex Schmidt. One-0 pitch is at the knees, and the count is 1-1 here to the number 9 man, Alex Schmidt. And then it's Easton Foudre and Miles Jelen to follow. And back to the top of the order for T here in the top of the second. Ground ball that is foul. And the count is now at 2-2. Ball roll its way into fair territory, so it has to be picked up by the right fielder, Bennett. The 2-2. Inside, and the count is full at 3-2. That one will miss low, and it's a one-out walk. And now it's back to Easton Foudre, the top of the order here for T. Leo Jordan is courtesy running for the catcher. He's the only sub on the roster for T. First pitch will be at the knees for strike one here to Easton Foudre. The 0-1. 2 runs on 2 hits right now for T. 1 run, 1 hit, and 1 error for Mitchell. Winner of this game takes on Harrisburg. It'll be coming up at 1 o'clock here at Hyde Stadium. Pickoff attempt and diving back in safely without a tag is Leo Jordan. Rapid City post 22 and Rapid City post 320. They are playing over at Kelly Field. Ground ball up the middle. Backhand flip for 1 at second. The throw to first is in time for a double play to get out of the inning. What a play from the shortstop Mason on the backhand flip to Pitts, who will fire a strike to first. A 6-4-3 double play, and that will take care of the top of the second. 1 run will score on 1 hit, so 1 error, and no one left on base. T leads 2-1 over Mitchell as we head to the bottom of the second here at Hyde Stadium in the 14U state tournament.
For Palace City in the second inning. Batting sixth, the pitcher, number 12, Isaac Fisher.
So Isaac Fisher, Carter Bushback, and Gavin Auck will be the first 3 hitters as the first pitch is fouled away for strike 1. It is 9-5, post 22 leading post 320 in the bottom of the 5th inning over at Kelly Field. The Cadets of post 22 at the plate right now, trying to extend their now 4-run lead. This will be popped foul. And the count is at 0-2. And the winner of that game will play at noon against Pierre in the number 2 seed, who will be the home team at Kelly Field at noon. Then the winner of that game will come to Hyde Stadium and play in the state championship, which is scheduled for 3:30. Because the winner of this game will take on Harrisburg at 1 o'clock. 1-2 pitch will miss, and the count's now 2-2. Two is a check swing, and it's out to right, but that will hang up to the right fielder, Mueller, to make the play. Didn't get the full swing away by Fisher, but he did fly out to right field. Now Carter Bushback, the third baseman, will come to the plate.
Bags coming. The third baseman, number 20, Carter Bushback.
Pitch will miss inside for ball one. Tournament starting all the way back at noon on Friday. Pier beating Brookings 18-1. Post 22 beat Aberdeen 10-5 in that first game. We've had a major rain delay. We had to even wait a little bit longer after the game got done to try and let the field take in a little bit more water and soak in some more water. As the count is 2-2. But a fantastic job by the grounds crew, has been working throughout the entire weekend, as the count's full at 3-2, to get not just Hyde Stadium in great shape, but also Kelly Field to stay in great shape. We've had a lot of baseball games and not so great weather on top of it all. There's a swing and a miss for strike three, and there's two down. Brings up Gavin Ock to the plate. Because we had the best of three playoff series between in the Senior Legion for Pier and Watertown on top of Hawaii Zap games earlier this week, and that had got delayed on that first day, on Wednesday, because of the rain that came through, and the work had to be done to back up an hour and a half. Now we're getting 90-degree day on Friday and back-to-back 100-degree days here Saturday and Sunday, and on top of all the rain that came through yesterday and the storm that happened. So it's been a lot of work, a lot of sweat for a lot of the guys that have been working on the field, and a lot of dads, a lot of baseball players for both the 14U, but also the rest of the post-8 teams, board members, city workers. It's been coaches. A lot has gone into making these fields look as great as they have been throughout this weekend with the extra work that had to be done. This will be fouled out of play, and the count's 3-2. We still got two more games after this one here at Hyde Stadium. These are the final games at Hyde Stadium for the year. Here's the 3-2. That'll be ball four. And a two-out walk to Gavin Ock will bring up Owen Johnson. Number 9-man Owen Johnson. So the top of the order due up next. Swing and a miss for strike one. That one's fouled away, and now it's 0-2. And Jamison Lee trying to put up a 0 here on the scoreboard and keep T having the lead going to the third. The 0-2 runner takes off. Pitch will miss inside. The throw to second is wide of the bag. And a stolen base here for Ock, and now he is in scoring position. The 1-2. Taken for strike three, and that takes care of the inning. Two strikeouts the inning for Jamison Lee, 3 overall in this ball game. No runs, no hits, no errors, and a man left on. To the third we go with a 2-1 lead for T over Mitchell here at the state tournament, 14U state tournament at Hyde Stadium.
for D in the third inning. Center fielder, number 13, Miles Jellin.
Miles Jellin, Caden Mueller, and Carter McCoy, 2, 3, and 4. First pitch will miss low for ball 1. Jellin hit by a pitch, came around to score on the RBI single from Caden Mueller back at the top of the first inning. This will be popped up in front of the second base bag, and Mason will move over to the right side of second base to make the catch. And one down here in the top of the third inning. Caden Mueller will come to the plate. There's a ground ball to Mason now at short. His throw to first is in time. He's made both plays. 2 down here in the third. And it brings up Carter McCoy.
Third baseman, number 11, Carter McCoy.
Two 2-1 count here to Carter McCoy. Drew a walk in his first trip. Isaac Fisher looking for a quick inning here in this top of the third, but now it's a 3-1 count. Here's the 3-1 pitch. Ground ball to the shortstop, Mason. He will throw to first, and he has got a record that will never be broken. All 3 outs in the top of the third by the shortstop in the 1-2-3 inning for Isaac Fisher. And then we head to the bottom of the third with a 2-1 lead for T. Over Mitchell. Back after this here on YouTube at KCCR Sports.
Number 24, Preston Mason.
So after having all 3 putouts in the top of the third inning, Preston Mason it gets to lead off in the bottom of the third, as it is a 1-0 count. There's a swing and a miss, and the count's now 1-1. 2-1 count here to Mason. He walked and came in to score Mitchell's only run. That was on an RBI single from Micah Bennett with 2 outs in the bottom of the first. That'll miss outside. The count's 3-1. Post 320 was trying to make a run at post 22 after it was a early lead for post 22 as the count's now full. It is still a 9-5 game. That is in the bottom of the 6th. Post 22 leading. And we'll have 3 outs to, well, they could, I guess, score 6 runs. There's a walk to Mason to lead off the third. Second time that he has been walked. It was a 8-0 lead for post 22 before 320 scored 5 runs in the top of the 4th. And a run in the 4th to make it 9-5, and that's where they stand here with 1 out in the bottom of the 6th over at Kelly Field. And again, the winner of that game then takes on Pierre at 12 o'clock. And then the winner of Pierre and a post 22 will come here to Hyde Stadium for the championship game, or post 320 if they come back. Being the championship game at 3:30. That one's flown out into center field. Moving over to his left is Jellin to make the catch, and Schlimgen retired for the first out here in the bottom of the 3rd inning, and it brings up Neil Padilla. And also, they played at 9:30. They started at 9:30 for post 22 and post 320, so they should be in the bottom of the 6th and nearing the end of that game. We start at 10:30 here, and it'll be a 12 o'clock start at Kelly and a 1 o'clock start here at Hyde Stadium. That staggered start time. As the runner takes off, the throw will go to second, but it will be wide of the base, and a stolen base formation. And the count is 1-0. And so the go-ahead, or the tying run now is on at second. There's a fly ball to center again. Backing up is Jellin. He'll get underneath it. Mason will tag to head to third. The throw coming to third is just a bit offline. And that's the second time that Neil Padilla has flown out to move Mason from second to third. And with 2 down, it's up to Micah Bennett again. Can he do it again to make this a 2-2 game here in this 3rd inning? Here's the first pitch to Bennett. That'll be flown out to right field, over, and unable to make the catch is the right fielder as he tried to dive for it. It fell out of his glove, and Micah Bennett's 2 for 2 with 2 RBI singles. And we're tied up at 2. A leadoff walk, a stolen base, a fly ball to move Mason over to third, and a 2-out single for Micah Bennett. It's deja vu here in the 3rd like it was in the 1st. Runner takes off for second. That pitch is low and off the glove of the catcher and Schmidt, so a stolen base now for Bennett. He is in scoring position as Mitchell will try for a base hit to take their first lead of this ball game. 1-0 is fouled back, and the count is at 1-1. One is upstairs, and the count is at 2-1. Dayton Pitts ground out to the second baseman, and Munoz back in that 1st inning. Now a 3-1 count. Micah Bennett's got both hits, but he's driven in both runs on those 2 hits. A 3-1 pitch. That'll miss for ball 4, and it's now 1st and 2nd with 2 away, and Isaac Fisher had a chance to help himself out. We have a mound visit beforehand. Post 22 has taken a 10-5 lead with 2 outs in the bottom of the 6th. And they'll try and close that out in the 7th inning. Unless they rally have a 2-out rally of 5 more runs. But Pierre is getting ready to take on the winner of that game in the second semifinal, or the other semifinal, because we've got the semifinal here after this is done. The winner of T and Mitchell faces Harrisburg. Harrisburg came back from a deficit yesterday to tie the ball game up against Post 320 and then end up winning in extra innings. That loss was that win was the difference between Pierre and Post 22 being the number 1 and number 2 seeds respectively, to then Post 22 having to then play that 3-6 matchup. First pitch is a ground ball over to the third baseman. That's gobbled up by McCoy, and he will step on the bag to get out of the third inning. A run does score on 1 hit. No errors and 2 men left on base. 3 complete. It's 2-2 between Mitchell and T here at the state tournament, the 14U state tournament at Hyde Stadium.
In the 4th inning, first baseman, number 2, Declan Graham.
Declan Schramm to lead off here at the top of the 4th. It is going to be 5, 6, and 7 for T. Schramm, Lee, and then Hall. 2-2 here in the top of the 4th. First pitch will miss low for ball 1. Again, time limit is, there is no time limit here in bracket play. The 1-0 pitch, that'll miss inside and counts 2-0. The only thing that stays the same, or the only couple of things that stay the same, is the run rules of 15 after 3 and 10 after 5. And then if they are to go to extras, it'll still be the California rule with a runner on at second and 1 out. Here's a ground ball to the shortstop Mason. His throw to first is going to be in time. He has actually started, he's been a part of the last 7 outs now. The 6-3 ground outs. He started the 6-4-3 double play. And then he made all 3 outs in the 3rd inning and the ground out here to start the 4th inning. So he's been a busy man. There's a ground ball, this time to the third baseman. A little action for Bushback to throw to first. And that's in time for the 2nd out. Two down, and it brings up Levi Hall.
Levi Hall.
8 of the first 10 outs were retired by the shortstop. Here's a ground ball that will be foul. So finally some other action other than Tumation. Levi Hall singled and came around to score on the RBI ground down from Anders Munoz. He ended up at 3rd on the infield single, because he ended up at 3rd after the throwing error, the only error so far from either side. Helped score that run on the ground out in the top of the 2nd, which gave T a 2-1 lead. Now it's 2-2. That one will miss outside, and the count is at 2-1. 2-1 pitch. That'll bounce in, and the count's now 3-1. The 3-1 pitch is on the inside edge, and the count is now at 3-2. Full count here to Levi Hall. That'll bounce in for ball 4 and a 2-out walk. Hall's on base for the second time, and it brings up Anders Munoz.
Second baseman, number 19, Anders Munoz.
So with 1 on and 2 outs, no 1-2-3 inning this time for Fisher. Here's a ground ball to the shortstop Mason. Who else would field it? It's a throw to first in time. And that ends the inning. No runs, no hits, no errors, and a man left on base. We head to the bottom of the 4th, still tied 2-2 between T and Mitchell.
For Palo City in the 4th inning, third baseman, number 20, Carter Bushbach.
Carter Bushback, Gavin Auck, and Owen Johnson. 7, 8, 9 here in the bottom of the 4th. That pitch will miss inside for ball 1. 11-5, post 22 leads post 320 with 1 out in the top of the 7th. It's 2-2 here in this game here in the bottom of the 4th inning. As that pitch will miss to make it a 2-0 count here to Carter Bushbach. He is 0 for 1, struck out swinging back in the bottom of the 2nd inning. There's a swing and a miss, and the count's now 2-1. Two-one. That'll miss, and the count's now 3-1. Three-one pitch. That'll miss, and a leadoff walk issued to Bushbach. And it puts a runner on base for the number 8 man. And Gavin Auck to come to the plate. There's 2 outs over in the 7th inning in Kelly Field. Post 22, 1 out away from advancing to the semifinals to take on Pierre. And that'll be a 12 o'clock, scheduled for a 12 o'clock start, maybe a little bit, a couple minutes after 12. It's a 2-0 count here to Gavin Auk, who has walked in his 2 trips to the plate, or his 1 trip to the plate. Pickoff attempt and back in safely without a tag is Bushbach over at first. Two O's grounded in the hole on the left side, fielded by the shortstop. The throw on the run is wide of the bag. And it is going to be an infield single for Gavin Auk. First and second now with nobody out, and Mitchell's got a big opportunity to take their first lead here in this game at the midway points of this first round matchup. Owen Johnson struck out looking back in the second inning. He'll bunt the ball back in front of the plate, and it is not picked up cleanly. Going to be a tough play, but the bases are now loaded. An infield single for Owen Johnson. Loads the bases for the top of the order. And Preston Mason now to the plate. James Klinger, was the hitter for Johnson. And now we'll have a mound visit with the bases loaded and nobody out here in the bottom of the 4th. This is a spot here for Mitchell to put a crooked number up and take control of this game. And if they don't get a crooked number, you might see this T team pick up all the momentum. They're able to hold on to allow maybe at most just 1 run to score. That would put the momentum on the side of T going into the 5th inning. It is the top of the order, and that's the other side of it, is that it's not just anywhere in the order. It's the top of the order with the bases loaded, nobody out. So Mitchell feels like this is the inning to take hold of this baseball game. Well, Rapid City post 320, not quite going away yet. They got the bases loaded and 2 outs. Make that first and second with 2 outs. It's 11-7 game now. Pitch will miss inside. Mason has walked twice and scored twice. That one will miss, and the count's 2-0. Infield is in all the way around. That one's fouled back. And the count's now 2-1. That one is over for a strike, and the count's now 2-2. This is a big strikeout opportunity here for Jamison Leap. There's a line shot that is into left center field for a base hit. 2 runs are going to come in to score. Mason is on his way a second, bobbled out there in center. The throw will come in. The throw coming to the plate. All 3 runs are going to score as the ball will get to the backstop. Mason will find his way over to third, and it is a 5-2 lead for Mitchell here in the bottom of the 4th. Clearing the bases is Preston Mason after drawing 2 walks and scoring twice. It's a 2 RBI double and then an error from the center fielder. Helps that other run score. And so now it's a 5-2 lead. There's a line shot to right field. That is down for a base hit. It's a 6-2 advantage. An RBI single for Mead Schlimgren. And still nobody out here in this 4th inning. And now it's Keneal Padilla. He's 0 for 2. Rapid City post 320 has got the tying man on base with 2 outs. They've now cut that deficit to 11-9 with runners at the corners. We've got a time called, and we'll have a pitching change we will step aside and tell you what that change is after this. So it is going to be Declan Schramm on the mound. Neil Padilla will come to the plate. Lee goes from the mound to right field. The right fielder and Mueller comes in to play first as a pickoff attempt over to first, and back in safely is the courtesy runner for Schlimgen. Did not check the number, did not see the number. There's a fly ball by Padilla out towards center field. Backing up is the center fielder to make the catch for the first out. And Padilla's 0 for 3. And so now a runner on at first with one away. And Micah Bennett, who is 2 for 2 with 2 RBI singles, which has helped keep that game a 2-2 game before this 4-run outburst in this 4th inning. Another pickoff attempt and back in safely. Post 22 has had to make a pitching change with the tying run on at first. 11-9 the score in the top of the 7th. Runner takes off for second. The pitch is high. The throw to second. It'll be wide of the bag and standing up safely with the stolen base is Schlimgen. And so he is in scoring position here with a 1-0 count. Post 22 will get the win. They get a fielder's choice to get out of that 7th inning. 11-9 victory. Swing and a miss, and the count is now 1-1. So they will take on Pierre at noon. And there's a swing and a foul back, and the count is at 1-2. We'll show you the updated bracket here in just a moment on YouTube. And the winner of this game between Mitchell and T will face Harrisburg around 11:30. Runner takes off for third. The throw to third will skip into left field. It was wide of the third baseman, and it will score another run. And the count goes to 2-2. It's now a 7-2 lead. Now nobody on base here for Schramm, and a ground ball that is up the middle, fielded on the backhand by the second baseman. His throw to first is in time. Good play from Munoz. For now the second out. Brings up Dayton Pitts to the plate. 13-14 state tournament is taking place in Mitchell this weekend. Pierre is one of those teams in the state championship. They won 14-4 over Harrisburg in the semifinals this morning. I believe they're going to wait for their opponent as they get to play the first semifinal as the top seed. 1-0 pitch. That'll miss outside. The count's 2-0. This one is fouled away over to the first base dugout. The count's 2-1. Eighth man to come to the plate. 5 runs have scored here in the fourth. A 7-2 lead for Mitchell. 2-1 is popped up on the left side, giving a look and a chase, but it will land out of play. As the third baseman McCoy got over to the third base dugout, but it landed a first row into the bleachers over on the left side. Here's the 2-2. Full count here with Isaac Fisher, the pitcher, on deck. It would be the 9th man to come to the plate in this 4th inning. And he will come to the plate, as that will be the second walk issued to Pitts. Fisher, who's 0 for 2. Fly out to right and a ground out to third on a fielder's choice. That first pitch is upstairs for ball 1. Wind blowing in from left center, or blowing towards the right field foul pole. That one is missing high and inside, and the count's 2-0. That is upstairs, and it's a 3-0 count. On deck is Carter Bushbach, who opened up the inning with a walk. That will find the zone. The count's 3-1. Runner takes off. It will be ball 4. It doesn't matter if he was safe or out. He was going to be safe with the walk issued to Fisher, and now it's first and second. And Mitchell has hit around. And Carter Bushbach now to the plate. First pitch will miss for ball 1. Bushbach walked, and then he scored on the 2 RBI double from Preston Mason for a 3rd run came in to score on the air from the center fielder, as that one will make it a 1-1 count here to Bushbach. 5 runs have scored here in the inning. That'll miss inside. Pitch will miss inside. That will be ball 4, and now the bases are loaded. 3 straight walks with 2 outs have loaded the bases. Gavin Ock, who has singled already in this inning. Big chance to extend this lead again. First pitch, a floater to the second baseman, and a little bit of a leap from the second baseman, Munoz, to make the catch and puts an end to the bottom of the 4th inning. But 5 runs will score in the inning as they do so with 4 hits, 1 error, and 3 men left on base. We head to the 5th. It is a 7-2 lead for Mitchell over T here at the state tournament of the 14U state tournament at Hyatt Stadium, as we be back with the top of the 5th inning next.
For T in the 5th inning, catcher, number 17, Alex Smith.
9-1-2 here in this top of the 5th inning. Alex Schmidt, Easton Foudre, and Miles Jellin for T in the first pitch. Will miss for ball 1. Schmidt drew a walk in his first trip up before then being retired on the 6-4-3 double play in that top of the 2nd inning. That one's over for a strike, and the count is 1-1. And we'll show you the updated bracket here in just a little bit. But the game finished over at Kelly Field with Post 22 winning 11-9. They will take on Pierre at 12. Here at 1 o'clock, we're scheduled for a start between Harrisburg and the winner of this game. 2-1 is high, and the count's 3-1. Here in Harrisburg, obviously the advantage of not having to use pitchers here this morning. Being with the top 2 seeds, they get a bye into the semifinals. There's a swing and a miss, and the count's 3-2. On top of that, for Pierre, they are very happy to be the number 2 seed after getting done with that last game at 2 o'clock earlier this morning. Not having to play at 9:30 was a huge help to get a little bit extra sleep after all that rain delay. Here's a fly ball to center field. The catch will be made by the center fielder Padilla for the first out. T played in that last game last night too, but they were done with that game before Pierre and Yankton got started with their game. It was still a late night for T. They knew that they were going to be, most likely, they were going to be the 4 or 5 seed. There was no way around that they wouldn't be the 4 or 5 seed at that point, knowing that they're going to play at 10:30 at Hyatt Stadium. Still was a late night, though, for T. That pitch will come inside and hits Easton Foudre, and there's a runner on at first with 1 out here in the top of the 5th, and it brings up Miles Jellin to the plate. 5-run lead here for Mitchell, the top of the 5th inning. They're the home team. They will be the visitors on the scoreboard. They would be the visitors the rest of the way. Whoever wins this game, T would be the visitors because Post 22 and Pierre are the 2-3. So whoever would win that game, if they get to the championship, they'd still be the visitors. Here's a throw to second, stealing second, and staying on the bag over at second is Foudre. Pitch was taken for a strike, and now a runner moves into scoring position here for T with 1 out in the top of the 5th inning. 0-2 count. The 0-2 pitch here to Jelen is popped up over on the left side in left center field. Padilla will make the catch for the second out. 2 down for Caden Mueller. Mueller is 1 for 2 and an RBI single back at the top of the first. He's got 1 of the 2 hits so far for T. Levi Hall's leadoff single in the second, the only other hit right now for T. That pitch will miss low for ball 1. That one's over for a strike that counts 1-1. Runner takes off for third. This one is fouled back. And the count's now 1-2 as a big jump for Foudre at second. He was stealing that easily. On the foul ball, retreat back to second. The count's 1-2. And Isaac Fisher looking for a strikeout of Caden Mueller to get out of this top of the 5th inning. 1-2 pitch. Runner takes off again. This will get to the backstop. Rounding third and stopping at third will be the runner in Foudre as he will steal third. The count goes to 2-2. And Mueller with the base hit, no matter what, would score him. The 2-2. That one's fouled off the leg of Mueller, and the count remains at 2-2. Catcher and Schlimgen will make his way out and talk to the starting pitcher and Isaac Fisher. The 2-2 pitch. That will get to the backstop, and that will score a run. And T will get on the board here in the top of the 5th inning, make it a 7-3 ball game. So hit by pitch, stealing second and third, and then scoring on the wild pitch for Foudre. And a full count now as well to Caden Mueller. The 3-2. That one is off the glove and the outstretched leap by Mason into left field for a base hit. Second hit for Caden Mueller, and there's a runner on at first with 2 away, so T's not done yet in this 5th inning. And it brings up Carter McCoy. And we got a mound visit. Give you a chance to show you the bracket then. The 14U state tournament, Pierre and Rapid City Post 22. That semifinal is set. Mitchell and T, again, they'll face Harrisburg. And the other semifinal that will be here at Hyde Stadium coming up at 1 o'clock. And then that state championship game scheduled for 3:30 here at Hyde Stadium. We've got the Harrisburg and Palace City or T game here on KCCR Sports, and we'll have as well the state championship game for you. All Hyde Stadium games throughout this state tournament here on KCCR Sports on YouTube. Carter McCoy, the runner on at first and 2 away. Swing and a miss for strike 1. Just got a piece of it, but caught by the glove of Schlimgen. Just the third hit of the ball game for T. Second hit for Mueller. T has scored 3 runs. Here's the 0-1 pitch. That will bounce in. Good block there. The throw will go back. Nope, it will not go back to first. Mueller was got a big secondary lead and then was trying to read that in the dirt. Almost got caught between first and second. 1-1 is grounded over on the left side. Formation at short. He'll have to throw to first. It will be in time. And that will take care of the top of the 5th inning. Run does score on 1 hit in the inning. No errors and a man left on base. We head to the bottom of the 5th. Mitchell still leads T, now 7-3 here at the 14U State Tournament at Heights Stadium in Pierre. First pitch is fouled away. Owen Johnson back at the plate here in this bottom of the 5th inning. The 0-1 pitch, that'll be upstairs, and the count's now 1-1. Dayton Pitts is looking like he's working his way down to the left field bullpen to get loose. We might see him come in replace of the starting pitcher in Fisher, as that one will miss and make it a 3-1 count. Again, you get 3 appearances or 21 outs. Pitts has thrown 9 outs so far, as it counts 3-2. So he could come in, throw the next 2 innings, and still have 3 outs to work with and make 1 more appearance. This is popped up. Johnson on the right side of the first baseman, who will make the catch. And Mueller puts away the first down here in the bottom of the 5th inning. Now back to the top of the order. And Preston Mason, who is 1 for 1 with a 2 RBI double, end up at 3rd on the air. He's been walked twice. He's been on base all 3 times he's come to the plate. The first pitch will miss high and inside for ball 1. That one's over for a strike, and the count's now 1-1. The 1-1. That is upstairs, and the count's 2-1. Here to Preston Mason with a runner on it with nobody on it and 1 out here in the bottom of the 5th. Three-1. That'll miss for ball 4, and Mason has drawn his 3rd walk in this game. And that brings up Mead Schlimgen, who had an RBI single. He's 1 for 2. Pitch will miss for ball 1. That'll be taken for a strike, and the count is 1-1 now here to Schlimgen. Mitchell leads by 4 here in the bottom of the 5th. Pickoff attempt. They've got Mason picked off. Throw to second. Now to come back to first. We'll throw to the shortstop. Now to go back to the second baseman. The throw will go to the right fielder. Now back to, this will actually be the right fielder. Now here's a tag. All 9 guys right over there, and they finally got Mason out. And so there's 2 away. Let's see, that was a 1-3-4-1. Might have been, let's see, that would be the center fielder 8. We've got another 4, and then I believe maybe a 6 to put it away. Just your typical with the 2 outs now and the 1-1 count. But it is your typical 1-3-4-1-8-4-6 pickoff. And the count's 1-2. It could have been, I could have had that, more of a phone number than a zip code. We had the zip code of Ellenboro, West Virginia in one of those plays yesterday. This one turns into more of a phone number. Just missing the area code with it. 2 outs, nobody on, and the 1-2 pitch here to Schlimgen. That'll be taken for strike 3 on the inside corner, and that will take care of the 5th inning. No runs, no hits, no errors, no one left on base. We head to the top of the 6th. It is a 7-3 lead for Mitchell over T. It is the top of the 6th and a 7-4 lead for Mitchell over T. And it is going to be Declan Schramm, Jamison Lee, and Levi Hall. And somewhere in the distance, Ham was yelling pickle. as that pitch will miss inside, although Mason was not Benny the Jet Rodriguez getting out of the pickle and getting to the base. Here's the 1-0, and that's over for a strike, and the count's now 1-1. Blake Dean with the text of making sure that it wasn't the 8675309 on that play. That one's over for a strike, and the count's 1-2. If you understand the reference, then you know. If you don't, ask your parents. That probably would be the case, that the kids won't know, but the adults will. The count's 2-2 here to Declan Schramm. Two is lined into center field, and a base hit for Schramm to kick off the top of the 6th inning. He's now 1 for 3 in the ball game. And it brings up Jamison Lee, who is 0 for 2.
Right fielder, Brady Jamison Lee.
A 1 count to Jamison Lee. That one's fouled back, and it'll stay at a 0-2 count now. Fisher still on the mound here for Mitchell. One, 2 count. One, 2. That one is a soft liner to the shortstop Mason, who will make the catch for the first out. He stays busy over there at short. And 1 down. And it brings up Levi Hall, who is 1 for 1.
Levi Hall.
That'll be off the glove of the catcher in Schlimgen. Into second will go Schramm. And so a 2-0 count. Now a 3-0 count. Levi Hall with now Anders Munoz on deck. A big run over at second right now for Teep. The 3-0 will miss for ball 4, and it was now first and second. And Anders Munoz to the plate, so we've got a mound visit. Here in Rapid City Post 22 just getting underway. Over at Kelly Field in the first of 2 semifinals. That second semifinal will be here at Hyde Stadium. We'll have it for you. Harrisburg is waiting the winner of this game. Play at 1 o'clock. We see Harrisburg down over in the right field, beyond right field near the batting cage at Hyde Stadium. Fisher stays on the mound. First pitch is over for strike one here to Anders Munoz. That pitch will miss inside, and the count is 2-1. Runners at first and second, and one out here in the top of the sixth inning. A 4-run lead for Mitchell over T. That will get to the backstop, and it's now second and third. 3-1 count. Here's the 3-1 ground ball that will score a run. Mason will backhand it short. His throw to first. That's a heck of a play by Mason. But a run does come in to score to make it now a 7-4 game. Runners on at second. And so T is pulled within 3 now.
Number 17, Alex Schmidt.
So now Alex Schmidt with 2 outs here in the top of the sixth. First pitch is over for strike one. That one bounces in. Good block there by the catcher, Schlimgren. Makes it a 1-1 count. Mitchell in the bottom of the sixth would have 3, 4, and 5. There's number 9 man in the batting order, so at the very least he will have that top of the order coming up. Here's a ground ball that is through the right side for a base hit. They'll hold the runner at third. So the top of the order will come to the plate here with 2 outs in the inning. Second hit of the inning for T, and that will be the end of the line for Isaac Fisher with 2 outs here in the top of the sixth. Runners at first and third, and 2 away as we'll come back with the pitching change after this. Easton Foudre will go against the Dayton Pitts with 2 outs and first and third. Top of the order here for T. That semifinal is in the now going to the bottom of the first. Post 22 is leading Pier 1-0. RBI for Hester after a leadoff double for Wolf. It counts 1-1. That game is at Kelly Field, so you head on down to Kelly Field to cheer on Post 8. We've got the other semifinal here at Hyatt Stadium coming up after this game. Here's the 1-1. Instead of pick over at first. And maybe you're sitting over at Kelly Field right now. You got the game on your phone listening to this contest. And then waiting for the other semifinal to get going. Here's the 1-1. This is skied out towards left field. Coming over and diving to make the catch is the left fielder in Johnson to get out of the inning. 1 run will score on 2 hits in the inning. No errors and 2 men left on base. We head to the bottom of the bottom of the 6th. It is a 7-4 lead for Mitchell over T as we step aside here at Hyatt Stadium, the 14U state tournament.
Center fielder, number 16, Daniel Padilla.
So Keneal Padilla will lead us off here in the bottom of the 6th. Here in a 7-4 lead for Mitchell over T as that first pitch is fouled away for strike 1. Three, 4, and 5 here for Mitchell. It'll be 2, 3, and 4 in the 7th for T. Here's a ground ball that'll be up the middle, and that will be bobbled by the shortstop and into center field. Eats him up, and Padilla is on a leadoff error. The third error now of the ball game for T. Runner on at first. That pitch will be upstairs, and the count's 1-0. That one will get away, and it will allow Padilla to get to second. He's rounding second on his way to third, and so he will stop over at third, and it's another error from T, and Mitchell's got the runner on at third with nobody out and a chance to extend this 3-run lead. 1-1 count. That's upstairs, and the count's 2-1. Two-one pitch will miss low, and it's a 3-1 count. Infield is in all the way around here for T. Trying to keep this a 3-run deficit. That one will miss for ball 4, and it's now 1st and 3rd here with nobody out. And Dayton Pitts, the pitcher, to the plate. Pitts has now thrown 10 outs. With the fact overall the state tournament, he's only thrown 1 here in this game. But this is his 2nd appearance, so he still has another appearance to go. If Mitchell were to win, he could still appear in the semifinal, or if Mitchell would win the semifinal without him appearing, he could throw in the state championship. As long as they wouldn't go to extra innings, as the runner takes off for second, that will be taken high for a ball, and the runner steals second without a throw, and Bennett's now on at second, and it's 2 runners in scoring position here with nobody out in the bottom of the 6th inning. Counts 2-0. Pitts could still appear 1 more, and again, if they don't go to extra innings, he would have 13 outs, so he'd have 8 outs to work in his 3rd appearance. That one's over for a strike, and the count's now 2-1. And we'll keep you updated on the Pierre Rapid City Post 22 game. That one finds a strike zone. That counts 2-2. Pierre's got the bases loaded, nobody out. That one is fouled back. And so we will do it again at 2-2. And the catcher, Schmidt, went off the mask, and he will take a breather. That'll be a walk, and the bases are now loaded. And we'll have time called. And so it is, with the bases loaded and nobody out. Biggest opportunity of this ball game right now here for Mitchell to extend this lead and try to put it out of reach. It is 1-1 over at Kelly Field. The bases are loaded still with nobody out to the bottom of the 1st for Pierre. We're going to see if we can try to give you a live look in of that game. That'll pitch will miss for ball 1. That one will miss, and the count's 2-0. 3-0 count here to Dayton Pitts. Nowhere to put him. .30 will find the bottom of the zone. That counts now at 3-1. .31 will miss for ball 4, and it will walk in a run and make it 8-4 in favor of Mitchell. I think that was Fisher that just walked. Not written down on my score sheet that Pitts had drawn the walk. But an RBI. And now Carter Bushbach to the plate. There's a swing and a miss. And the count is at 1-1. Swing and a miss, and the count's now 1-2. That's upstairs. 2-2 count here to Carter Bushbach. Four-one advantage right now, a 4-run advantage for Mitchell. That is upstairs, and the count is now full at 3-2. Taken for strike 3. And there's the first down. That's a big first down, the strikeouts. And there is one down. It brings up Gavin Ock to the plate.
First baseman, number 4, Gavin Ock.
Pitch will miss for ball 1. Pierce got a 2-1 lead. You know, everybody has reached base. The first 5 guys have reached base. Here's a ground ball back to the shortstop. He'll throw home. The catch is made for the force out by the catcher, and Schmidt for the second out. And there's now 2 down. Fielder's choice on a 6-2 fielder's choice for the second out. Now it's Owen Johnson to the plate. Upstairs for ball 1. That'll also miss, and a 2-0 count here to Owen Johnson. .30 count here to Johnson. Number 9 man, Preston Mason, who has been on base all 4 times, is waiting on deck. Schramm's going to come with the strike. He does on the inside edge, and the count's 3-1. .31 pitch will miss for ball 4, and it's now a 9-4 lead. And time will be called, and we'll have a new pitcher on the mound with it a 5-run advantage here for Mitchell in the bottom of the 6th inning. And Preston Mason, the top of the order, is waiting to come to the plate. I believe we'll have a new pitcher. It will be a new man coming. No, maybe not. And we will have a new pitcher on the mound. We'll step aside and we'll tell you the change coming up after this. So the bases are loaded. Easton Foudre is on the mound. Preston Mason at the plate. I'm going to give you a look in throughout the innings here of the game that's happening over at Kelly Field. As the first pitch is over for strike one to Preston Mason. Is a 6-1 lead in the bottom of the first for the post 22, for Pierre Post 8 over post 22. This is popped up right side to the right fielder to make the catch and lead to get out of the inning. And that will send us to the 7th. 2 runs will score in the inning without a hit. There is an error and 3 men left on base. We head to the 7th. It is a 9-4 lead for Mitchell over T in our first round and playoff match of the winter to face Harrisburg in the semifinal. Back after this. So as we welcome you back, it's the top of the 7th. It is a 9-4 lead for Mitchell over T. 3 outs away for Mitchell to take this first game and advance to the semifinal against Harrisburg, which is scheduled for a 1 o'clock start. Maybe a little bit, a couple minutes behind 1, but that is if Mitchell's able to quickly retire the side. T has something to say about that here in the top of the 7th inning. That one's over for a strike to Miles Jellett. And you saw the live looking over at Kelly Field with a 6-1 lead right now for Pierre over post 22 with still nobody out in the first inning. And it's now a 7-1 game. As there is a wild pitch that scored a run, and Pierre is able to chase the starting pitcher of post 22 before an out was recorded. Here's the 1-2. That'll miss, and the count is now at 2-2. And the winner of that game will come over here to play the championship against the winner of Harrisburg, and whoever wins this game will play Harrisburg, and those will end up being the two teams that meet in the championship. That is a foul tip, and the count remains at 2-2. But Pierre's already got a 6-run advantage in that first inning. And we have the Harrisburg, and right now, if things don't change, would be Harrisburg and Mitchell. T comes back. Again, they'll go to the semifinals, but we'll have that semifinal game. That'll be coming up here at Hyatt Stadium. Then we've got the championship game as well. 2-2 is grounded foul. And another 2-2 pitch upcoming. Ball went into fair territory, so they have to wait to pick up that baseball near fair territory. Dayton Pitts trying to get through this 7th inning. He would still have 8 outs to work with in another appearance. As this is flown out into center field, a long run for Padilla. It's over his head. It will one hop off the top of the wall. Rounding second on his way to third is Jellin. He's going to lead off triple for T. That one carried a lot farther than initially thought, and Jellin finds his way at third. He was one hop shy of hitting a home run. There's a pitch that's over for strike one here to Caden Mueller, who was 2 for 3 in the ball game. RBI single in the first. T led 1-0 and then 2-1 before Mitchell tied it 2-2 in the bottom of the third and then scored 5 runs in the fourth to take a 7-2 lead. T was able to get a run in the 5th and 6th innings. But those 2 runs picked up right back by Mitchell in the bottom of the 6th. A 1-1 pitch is a floater to center field. That will drop in for a base hit. It's a 9-5 game. And so T, here in the first 2 batters, get a triple and a base hit. And it is now a 4-run game. And Carter McCoy, who is 0 for 2 with a walk. T's not going to make it easy for Mitchell to move to the semifinals. They're going to battle to the last out. Pitch will come inside for ball 1. Pierre has got the bases loaded again with nobody out in the bottom of the first. It's a 7-1 lead. Here's the 1-0. That'll miss low, and the count's 2-0. Pick-off attempt over at first, and diving back in safely is Mueller. That pitch will miss upstairs, and it's now a 3-0 count. That one will miss for ball 4, and it's first and second. And that tying run has now moved to the on-deck circle as we get a mound visit here for Mitchell. And give you the live look at the post-8, post-22 game over at Kelly Field. It's an 8-1 lead now in the bottom of the first inning. There's still nobody out in that first. Another 2 runs are going to score for Pierre. Martinez with a 2 RBI single. 10-1 lead for Pierre with nobody out in the bottom of the first. 9-5 here in this first round game. The winner to the semifinal against Harrisburg. This will be popped up to center. Moving back is Padilla make the catch. Runner will tag from second. He will stand up at third without a play. And there is the first out here of this 7th inning. As Declan Schramm flies out, and it's now Jamison Lee. One down here in the top of the 7th. That'll get over for a strike to Jamison Lee, who's 0 for 3. That one will find the strike zone. The count's 0-2. The 0-2 pitch. That one will miss. Levi Hall is on deck. He's been on base all 3 times. Foul back. And the battle continues here at 1-2. Here's the 1-2 pitch. Fouled back. And another 1-2 pitch upcoming. Still a 4-run ball game. That tying run is waiting on deck here for T, trying to get to the plate. One-two pitch is flown out to right. Long run coming in. It will drop in for a base hit. A run will come in to score, and it's now a 9-6 game. First and second. And the tying run has now come to the plate.
all.
RBI for Lee. He's now 1 for 4. This is popped foul. That will get out of play.
Foul ball here from the defensive standpoint. However, the larger game.
The 0-1 pitch. This is popped up on the right side. Backing up is the second baseman to make the catch for the second out. And there's now 2 down as Fisher makes the play. And now it is 1 out away for Mitchell to advance to the semifinals. Anders Munoz, and he represents the tying run. First pitch is over for strike 1. Munoz 0 for 3 with 3 ground outs to the shortstop Mason. He had an RBI in that top of the second with a ground out that gave T a 2-1 lead at the time. There's a swing and a miss. It's now 0-2. One strike away. That one misses outside, and the count's now 1-2. Harrisburg anxiously waiting for their game and to see who they're going to face. 1-2. This is popped up. Long run for the right fielder, but he'll get underneath it, and Bennett will make the catch and put an end to the ball game. And Mitchell will hold on to win it 9-6 to advance to the semifinal to take on Harrisburg. We'll step aside and come back with our total here in just a moment. It is a 9-6 win for Mitchell over T. They hold on. 9 runs on 6 hits and air for Mitchell. 6 runs, 7 hits, and 3 airs for T. And it is for Mitchell to advance to the semifinal to take on Harrisburg. The other semifinal is just getting to the top of the second as Pierre has taken a 13-1 lead. They scored 13 runs in the bottom of the first inning. And so Pierre is looking to hold on to that lead and advance to the championship. They're in a spot that if they're able to score another 3 runs next inning and hold post 22 down, they can win in 3 innings with a 15-run rule. But a 9-6 win here for Mitchell over T, and they advance to the semifinals. So we look at the bracket. They will take on Harrisburg. Pierre and Rapid City post 22 already underway in that other semifinal. And we'll have a look into that other semifinal once Harrisburg and Mitchell get underway. But they're scheduled for a 1 o'clock start. It'll probably be a little bit after 1 o'clock, so maybe about 1:10 we'll get on the air and be ready to go. Maybe a little bit sooner than 1:10. Maybe 1:05 we'll get on the air and get ready for our first semifinal between Harrisburg and Palace City, with then the winner to the championship game, which will follow that to wrap up the 14U state tournament. But a 9-6 win for Mitchell over T as they advance to the semifinals. We'll take on Harrisburg here in about 30 minutes or less, and we'll have it coming for you on YouTube at KCCR Sports.